It's the year 2020. The world has progressed by leaps and bounds. The impacts of technology, political growth, and modernity are visible all around us. While all this is true, approximately 40% of the world still does not have access to the internet. Seems impossible to believe, doesn't it? Those without internet access are disproportionately low-income and non-English speaking countries of the world. In this day and age, where information is vital, quick, and available at your fingertips, this is a staggering number. The reason for this unavailability is mostly because there is no access to the infrastructure required to get onto the online wagon. Despite these drawbacks, several pieces of data indicate that although there is limited access in these regions, there is definitely an appetite for connectivity. This is highlighted by significant growth in mobile broadband usage over the last few years. While coverage is rising, installing cables and mobile phone poles to hook up the remaining people would be an extremely slow process, as the distances involved are massive. What if we tell you that someone's about to change all of that? When we talk about high technological advancement today, don't we all think Elon Musk? The plan is somewhat unconventional: the internet from space. Musk's company, Space Exploration Technologies, SpaceX, with their ambitious Starlink project, aims to put nearly 2,000 small satellites into orbit by the end of the year 2021. If this sounds crazy to you, wait until you hear their other ideas. Over the next 5 years, SpaceX is planning a grid over the Earth of 4,425 main satellites, boosted by a supplementary network of 7,500 low-orbit satellites. In just 2 years, SpaceX has invested hundreds of millions of dollars in Starlink. They have built a world-leading manufacturing system that is now building 120 satellites every month. Each Starlink satellite will communicate with 4 other satellites using lasers. That means they will beam data across the globe at almost lightning speed. SpaceX plans on delivering the best performing and possibly the first true worldwide internet platform. The Wall Street Journal estimates the company plans to bring in $30 billion in revenue by 2025 with Starlink. These revenues are meant to extensively fuel the crusade to colonize Mars. Starlink will provide a worldwide network of the internet. The advantage of a technology like this is that consumers will not have to wait for a broadband connection line to come to their home for the internet to work. Satellite-based broadband internet eliminates the need for physical wires and reaches households, airplanes, ships, and cars directly through space signals. SpaceX plans to bring speedy satellite internet first to rural areas in the US and Canada. After that, they hope to expand the service to other parts of the world. SpaceX has already started beta service for several users in multiple states, including some tribal communities. Musk stated the private beta would first be available for people in high latitudes. The public beta service is likely to start around October or so. The official launch is scheduled to happen sometime in 2021. SpaceX's end goal is to get affordable internet to reach every part of the world. It aims to solve 2 big predicaments with the modern internet while still making big bucks doing so: lack of easily available and affordable internet connections, and a significant lag between far-flung locations. This matters most to financial institutions. With financial sectors that can move billions of dollars within a fraction of a second, delays can mean huge losses. This can be solved by connections that are reliable and fast. And that is exactly what SpaceX promises. According to SpaceX, Starlink will offer speeds of up to a gigabit per second at latencies from 25 milliseconds to 35 milliseconds. Whoa! This high bandwidth will enable you to run video conferencing and play high-end video games all as easily as taking a leisurely walk in the park. When Elon Musk revealed details about how people will access Starlink, he made it sound like a piece of cake. It will be incredibly simple and will enable access to the relatively free global internet from anywhere on the planet. Starlink terminal has motors to self-adjust optimal angle to view the sky. Instructions are simply plug in socket, point at sky. These instructions work in either order. No training required, he said. See? Easy peasy. Starlink will eventually connect people who are currently not connected with the world vis-a-vis the internet. The internet will be filled with people from all over the globe. New users joining the globalized digital network will redefine the meaning of the digital experience. It won't be exclusively available for the well-off or urban population anymore. This change will bring an immense amount of diversity to everyday communication. Assuming SpaceX succeeds, there will be a significant impact on the world by adding nearly half of its population to the World Wide Web. So, what does this mean for you and me, the existing consumers of the internet? As Starlink becomes real and makes access possible for nearly 4 billion people, we can expect the primary structure of the internet to change, including the language and social criteria of digital communities. According to statistics, the English language narrowly beats Chinese for the #1 spot. As more Chinese come online, we can expect the top language used on the internet to move toward Mandarin. This will create an interesting model for a shift in the dominant language of the World Wide Web. We are yet to know how the mobile-first use of the internet will influence the technology choices in the times to come. According to some widely used SEO tools, some of the popular websites with the most traffic are Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Wikipedia, and Amazon. These positions are not very likely to change because they are mobile-friendly and offer utility and benefit to a wide range of people everywhere on the globe. But there can possibly be a key change in where and how the web traffic flows based on the unique choices of the new users. As web traffic changes, we can expect new business opportunities to come up in these areas too. In some regions, there is a clear lack of technology skills. There can be a likely growth in programs for upscaling individual skill levels as more and more people obtain internet access. These programs will be mobile-friendly and focus on core business skills such as information sharing, connection, file transfers, etc. There can also be an opportunity to provide training in online security, financial transactions, and privacy mechanisms. Mobile banking, dealing with the threat of cyber scams, and lessons on the importance of online safety are some of the key things that can come out of this initiative. People can also be taught how to become financially self-sufficient by learning to utilize the full potential of the internet. The internet has created a lot of wealth, and it represents a powerful chance for new users to create more profitable possibilities. The potential to create and benefit from the internet is endless, to say the least. The bottom line is that whether you already have access to the internet or not, the Starlink program will radically change the structure of the internet and the world once it is live. It is important to keep track of this technical advancement, as it will definitely impact everyone on the planet in some way or another. Do we expect anything less from Elon Musk anyway? The internet race is going to zip by at full speed. Are you ready to catch up?